try this again. I said, good evening, everyone. I knew there was some energy in this room. Welcome aboard the RMS Queen Mary. I am your captain. How is everybody tonight?
Great.
Yeah, man, this is a great evening that we are here to celebrate this beautiful lady called the Queen Mary.
Yes.
Guys, can you believe it has been 57 years. 57 years since this lady arrived here in Long Beach. If you don't mind, I'd like to tell you my connection with the Queen Mary, just briefly. You see, at one time there was a place in Long Beach called Signal Hill. Some of us know of it. And at that particular time, Signal Hill was just that, a hill with old school oil wells and grass. My friends and I, well, there was a very steep street there. My friends and I were on top of that hill, and we were full of piss and vinegar. We had no fear. We had no fear. We would want to see how fast we could go down that steep street without breaking our necks. My family, as I was awaiting my turn to go down the hill, I looked out of the corner of my peripheral and I saw the bow of this beautiful ship coming down the bay. I turned to my friends and I said, oh my goodness, that's a big blankety boat. My friends, I had no idea that I would ever work on board the Queen Mary. And I came to the Queen Mary on a dare. You see, my daughter came to me one day and she said, Dad, the Queen Mary is looking for tour guides. I said, they don't want me, they want youngsters. She said, Dad, I think you make a great tour guide. I said, I told you they don't want me, they want youngsters. My daughter knows that I'm very competitive. She said, Dad, I dare you to go at the Queen Mary. I said, what did you say? I got up the following morning, came to the Queen Mary, put in an application. 3 days later, I was working on board the Queen Mary. My family, 20 years later, my daughter is still right. I have fallen in love with the Queen Mary, and the Queen Mary has fallen in love with me. The Queen Mary is in my veins. And there are some of you sitting out here right now who love this beautiful lady just as much as I do. And I think that's why you're here. Isn't that right?
That's right.
This beautiful lady. She has come a long way. She has a lot of history. She has brought people to this city of Long Beach, California from every corner of the world. Every corner. There are some of the people that we meet on board the ship, we don't understand their language, and they basically don't understand our language. But the Queen Mary has a way of melding people together to make it work. Now, remember, after World War II, the Queen Mary brought back war brides and war babies. I always like to challenge everyone and say, you know what? I think you should look into your family history. Seriously. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, one of your family members came to the United States on board the Queen Mary. And ladies and gentlemen, ever since the Queen Mary has been here, she has been the icon of California. Not just Southern California, but California. And she ain't going nowhere. I did not say listen. I said she ain't going nowhere. She is our queen, and we love her. My family, at this moment, I have the honor of introducing someone who's not going to tell you what I'm going to say, but he is one of the greatest leaders that has ever come on board the Queen Mary to adopt the Queen Mary, and eventually it's going through his veins as well. He is the superb managing director. Put your hands together for Mr. Steve Caloca.